There's a type of scam so elaborate, so personal, and so psychologically brutal that its perpetrators have given it a name that is as chilling as it is accurate. They call it Sha Zhu Pan, a Chinese phrase that translates to pig butchering. In this scenario, the victim is the pig. The scammer's goal is not a quick score. Their goal is to fatten the pig first, to shower it with love, attention, and the promise of a shared future. They build trust over weeks, sometimes months. They become your best friend, your confidant, your lover. And once you are sufficiently fattened on affection and trust, they lead you to the slaughter. A financial slaughter that drains not only your bank account, but your very soul. Today, we will dissect the anatomy of this horrific scam. We follow the story of a man named Ethan who thought he had found love through a wrong number text. Instead, he had stumbled into a meticulously designed abattoir of the heart. This is the story of the art of the slaughter. Ethan was 44, a successful software engineer still navigating the quiet, lonely landscape of a recent divorce. His life was code, logic, and predictability. His evenings were silent. One Wednesday night, as he was scrolling aimlessly through his phone, a message popped up on WhatsApp from an unknown number. It was a picture of a beautiful, exotic-looking flower, followed by a text. "The orchids are blooming beautifully this year, Auntie Susan. Thinking of you." Ethan, being polite, typed back, "Sorry, I think you have the wrong number. But that's a beautiful flower." A minute later, a reply came. "Oh my goodness, I am so embarrassed. My apologies. My name is Gia. I'm trying to reach my aunt in San Francisco." And so it began. This is phase 1, the fattening. The wrong number text is a classic opening. It feels accidental, disarming, and creates a plausible reason for a stranger to start a conversation. Gia was enchanting. She said she was a 35-year-old art gallerist from Singapore, in the US for a few months for business. Her messages were witty, intelligent, and filled with pictures of art, delicious food, and beautiful scenery. She was a master at building intimacy. She asked about Ethan's divorce, listened to his stories about work, and celebrated his small victories. She called him her serendipity, the beautiful accident that brought them together. For weeks, their communication was constant. They never talked about money. They talked about life. Ethan was falling hard. The loneliness that had been his constant companion was replaced by the thrill of a new connection. Gia was the perfect partner he had always dreamed of. She was smart, beautiful, and emotionally available. She made one rule. "Let's keep this between us for now," she'd say. "It's so new and special. I don't want the world's opinions to spoil it." This is a key isolation tactic, cutting Ethan off from friends who might have raised a red flag. He readily agreed. After a month of constant communication, she transitioned to phase 2, the hook. It was subtle. She never asked for money. Instead, she started talking about her investments. "My uncle is a former Goldman Sachs analyst," she wrote one day, sending a screenshot of what looked like a crypto trading platform showing massive profits. "He gives me these amazing tips on short-term crypto trades. It's how I can afford to travel and run my gallery." She made it sound exclusive, a secret world of wealth he wasn't privy to. A few days later, she messaged him, excited. "Ethan, my uncle just gave me another tip on a new coin. It's going to surge this weekend. You should try it." Ethan was hesitant. "I don't know anything about crypto, Gia." "It's easy," she insisted. "I can walk you through it. Just try a little bit, maybe $1,000. You'll see. It's our little secret project." She guided him to a website. It was a slick, professional-looking crypto exchange, complete with live charts and a complex interface. What Ethan didn't know was that the entire website was a fraud. It was a digital stage, and every number on it was fake, controlled completely by the scammers. He reluctantly transferred $1,000. The next day, his balance on the platform read $1,350. He was amazed. The next week, on another of Gia's tips, he invested $5,000. By the end of the week, his account showed over $7,000. It felt intoxicating, effortless. Gia was a genius. He wasn't just falling in love. He was getting rich. This begins phase 3, the bleed. Over the next 2 months, Ethan was completely hooked. Gia became his lover and his financial advisor. She would celebrate his profits with him, weaving them into their shared future. "That's another $10,000 for our house in Napa Valley," she'd type, followed by a heart emoji. He moved his savings into the platform. He cashed out stocks. He took a loan against his 401k. Every spare dollar went into the fake exchange, where the numbers on the screen kept climbing into the stratosphere. His initial $1,000 investment had ballooned on paper to over $400,000. He felt like a king. He was in love with a brilliant, beautiful woman, and they were building a new life together. He was the luckiest man in the world. Then came phase 4, the slaughter. They had planned for Gia to move to the US in the fall. Let's pull out $100,000 to put a down payment on the house, Ethan suggested, giddy with excitement. A wonderful idea, my love, Gia replied. Ethan logged into the platform and hit the withdraw button. A message popped up. Withdrawal request received. A customer service agent will contact you shortly. An hour later, he got an email from the platform's support. To withdraw funds, he first had to pay a 20% capital gains tax on his profits. Ethan was confused. Gia, did you have to do this? He asked. Oh yes, that's standard international tax law, she replied breezily, as if it were the most normal thing in the world. You pay it, and then the funds are released in 24 hours. It's just a formality. He hesitated, but he was in too deep. He was on the verge of realizing their dream. He scraped together the money, taking a massive cash advance on his credit cards, and paid the tax. He waited 24 hours. The money didn't arrive. He tried to log into the platform. A new message appeared. Your account has been frozen due to a risk management audit. A deposit of 15% of your total account value is required as collateral to unfreeze your assets. It was another $60,000. The panic started to set in. He called Gia, his voice trembling. Gia, something is wrong. Her tone was different this time. It was cold, impatient. Ethan, this is how high-level finance works. If you want the money, you have to follow the rules. Stop being a baby and just pay the deposit, and in that moment the illusion shattered. The warm, loving woman he had poured his heart out to for months was gone. In her place was a cold, demanding stranger. He didn't have the money. He told her so. She sent one final message. Then you are a fool and you have lost everything, he tried to reply, but the message wouldn't go through. He had been blocked. He tried to call her. The number was disconnected. He went to the trading website. The page was gone, replaced by a 404 not found error. The silence that followed was the sound of a world ending. The money, the house, the future ... it was all gone. But worse than that was the crushing weight of the betrayal. Gia had never existed. She was a script, a team of criminals, an elaborate fiction designed for one purpose: to fatten him up and then to slaughter him. The pig butchering scam is a global multi-billion-dollar industry, often run by criminal syndicates using victims of human trafficking as their operators. Its brilliance lies in its fusion of the romance scam and the investment scam. It exploits not greed, but the human need for connection. Let's recap its brutal anatomy. Asterisk. The fattening. Weeks or months of building trust and a deep emotional bond, completely separate from any talk of money. The hook. The subtle introduction of a secret and exclusive crypto investment opportunity. The victim is made to feel special and in control. Asterisk. The bleed. Using a fake platform, the scammer shows the victim escalating profits, encouraging them to invest more and more. The scammer becomes a trusted partner in the success. Asterisk. The slaughter. When the victim tries to withdraw, a series of endless fees, taxes, and deposits are demanded, until the victim has no money left. Then the scammer vanishes. The most important red flags to watch for are asterisk and unsolicited wrong number text from a stranger who is surprisingly eager to keep talking. Asterisk an online love interest who quickly wants to move to a private, encrypted app like WhatsApp. A person you've never met in person or on video call who starts giving you financial advice. Any direction to a special or secret crypto trading platform that you cut and find with a simple Google search. If you find yourself in a situation like this, the fantasy may feel wonderful, but the reality is a nightmare. The profits aren't real, the platform isn't real. And tragically, the person you think you're falling in love with isn't real either. They are a butcher, and they see you as nothing more than meat. Thank you for listening to True Scam Stories. Stay safe and stay aware.